idea for who would be a great guest on the Third Party Show. Juliana Jackson.
Oh, it's Josh calling. What's up, Josh?
Hey, Juliana, I'm so glad I caught you. I had an idea, and I think you would be a great guest for the Third Party Show. What do you think?
Give me a second, Josh. I'm writing something.
What are you writing something? You're always writing something, Juliana. Do you want to become a guest on the Third Party Show?
Let me think. Hell yeah.
Whoa! All right. How do you want to get here?
Oh, I think I have an idea.
Well, I don't know if we'll have the funds for that, but see you soon.
To the first party, nah. Second party, nah. Third party, yeah. Let's go. It's the Third Party Show. It's the Third Party Show. It's the Third Party Show. Hey, 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 hey. Third Party Show. It's the Third Party Show. It's the Third Party Show. Come on, let's go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Third Party Show. I am your host, Josh Silverbauer. We have a great show for you tonight. Juliana Jackson is here. Hey, Juliana.
Hi.
But first, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Amplitude. Amplitude is a powerful product and marketing analytics platform that enables you to build better products by tracking and understanding user behavior and marketing initiatives. Thanks again, Amplitude. There is a lot going on in the news. After another round of tech layoffs, an executive advised workers to use AI for emotional clarity. So basically, the robot that just took your job will also now be your therapist. YouTube announced it will no longer monetize low-effort AI-generated videos. This is a huge blow to the 10 interesting facts about Keanu Reeves' community.
No way. No way. Yes way!
Very bogus, not excellent. A new study found that 40% of Gen Z uses TikTok as their primary search engine. That explains why they do this to the national anthem. TikTok thing, ha, ha, TikTok thing. What's trending right now on TikTok? Is this it?
Oh, hell no.
I gotta hire a trend person. The FDA launched a new AI assistant named Elsa. When you ask about a specific drug side effect, it quietly sings,
Let that go, don't talk about that anymore.
and that's the news. Well, we have a great show for you tonight. Our guest is the Associate Director of Data and Digital Experience at Monks. She writes about mobile apps, AI, and data in her newsletter Beyond the Mean, and she is one of the biggest brains I've ever met. Everyone give it up for Juliana Jackson!
Whoa, you are appearing like a ghost in the water. Is that a phrase? I don't know. Ghost in the water. Could be a phrase. Welcome to the Third Party Show, Juliana. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Just really excited to see where this is going to take me.
You had a very big influence on me, and I hope you know that, right? Like,
No.
You did, because you were like the unfiltered person on LinkedIn that I was like, holy crap, like she gets respect. And I was like, I could do that too. That's cool, and that had a big influence on me. So I appreciate you being there.
It depends.
It
I mean,
depends.
yes, some people do appreciate it. Some people do not appreciate it.
I think it breaks through in where we are because there's so much monotony in how the conversation goes, right?
Yeah.
And so like anybody who is super passionate, like talking a little bit outside of that sphere is going to stand out from that,
And I mean, also like cursing is a sign of intelligence.
Intelligence.
Cock, balls.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's Jim Stern said that too. Yeah.
It's research.
Mhm.
Research
Exactly.
that shit.
So speaking of just stuff that you do, right, and things that, are in the field, how did you decide that kind of digital analytics, / experimentation was the right place for you?
I started in sales. A lot of people know this by now. I started in tech sales, and it was in the telecom industry with NOCs and CLIs and Truecaller and like this type of stuff. And then from that, I entered the SaaS space and then the product space and then the marketing and so on. And just kind of like things just, came and, went. The only thing I actually purposely looked for to do in terms of career transitions was the one that I did for data 3 years ago. That was the only time I intentionally tried to go in a space. Then I started from zero, like nobody knew me at all. And I just outlearned shit. Like it's kind of like, you see stuff, you learn it. One of my hobbies is to constantly like learn.
I try to like always take what people love on the side and like kind of bring it into how they shape their careers. And you mentioned kind of improv and you mentioned comedy, right? People who have that in them, they're also kind of like yes and in the career too. Like that's how I've always been as well, of like, oh yeah, opportunity comes this way. Interesting. I'm just going to say yeah and just go that way and see what it feels like. You're kind of experimenting with yourself almost, right?
As long as you're aware that you are good or not so good at something and you act in that awareness is good. But otherwise you're going into the, what is that called? The pit of stupidity. I cannot even remember that that whole chart. I need to Google this shit right now. I can't.
I mean, I think while you're searching,
it's killing me. Yeah. No, I cannot continue if you don't tell me the name.
We're going to find this chart and we're going to display it up big, like right here.
Okay, so first you're like super hype and you're smart. You have a high confidence, but then you have peak of Mount Stupid. Then you go to the valley of despair. Then you have the slope of enlightenment, and then you have the plateau of sustainability.
It's kind of Buddhist in a way, right? Like,
but that's it. That's that awareness you should always have, the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Totally. So, in terms of how you took, your digital analytics brain and your experimentation brain, and now you're kind of morphing this into AI and LLMs, like, where did that come from? Like, your passion, was it kind of like, I need to do this because this is where it's heading, or you became really, really interested in it, or both, and talk a little bit about that journey.
So in 2022, I did this YouTube video with Millie Casey. She was at Google or Uber back then, and Mike Robbins from Snowplow. So keep in mind, Millie is a data scientist. One of the dopest, smartest. She had this app script. She just used some IMDb data, puts it in a sheet, then writes this app script, connects it to the Google NLP, natural language processing, and then the sentiment analysis. And I was like, shit, this is so cool. When I went to Monks later that year, my first client was Starbucks. On Starbucks, I was obviously taking care of GA4 and Firebase, classic, here's a tag, do a tag. I was pretty much shit at it because it was my first time doing that. But I learned, of course. And then because I'm a product marketer at heart, because we were working with apps, I noticed that they had so many reviews in the App Store, in the Google Store. So I talked to Krasimir. And I did a lot of talks with Krasimir. I'm sure, people know at least who I'm talking if they watch Measure Summit or whatnot. But I was talking to Krasimir Bambalov. He's in my team. And I was saying, hey, I did this in Google Sheets. Can we just use a transformer to analyze this instead of an app script? And there comes Krasi. And he taught me everything about small language models, large language models. I knew stats from CRO. I knew a bit of, conceptually, a bit of everything about linear regression and so on. When I took the Stanford course, I realized I had no fuck all about linear regression. Let's not go into that. So he inspired me. We worked on Starbucks for a long time. Now that is one of the most known projects in terms of using natural language processing and small language models to analyze customer voice. And from that, I just spent all my time learning. I'm doing machine learning courses, data science courses, and this is what I do like every day with him. And I try my best to, like, everything that I learn to share immediately back to the community, and that's it. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that's a good segue into, everybody and their mother and their mother's business is saying we have AI. And it's getting obviously so saturated. And so I know you have opinions on that and how to sift through kind of the noise around it versus the actual practical application of it.
Yeah.
So I was, curious of your thoughts.
When you work with these technologies days in and days out, and I do have privilege to work with bigger brands because you get access to a lot of stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to get access. So I'm very privileged in that perspective. But I will say that it does scare me the way the economy is moving in terms of AI, because everybody, as you said, is trying to plast AI on every product. Then you get like this Frankensteinian type of product that, don't do anything. I do understand the need to adopt AI. I think for sure it's a disrupt or defend moment, but the transparency doesn't exist. For instance, I'm not going to name names because I'm trying to have circle of positivity. I do see tools that, for instance, say that they have emotional AI. Sentiment is one thing. Sentiment is just negative, positive, and neutral, or super negative or super positive.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to detect emotions, you need huge vector databases or databases in general that are annotated, like actual humans go through words and they annotate them based on what are all the emotions. And you have so many emotions. You have anger, you have fear, you have excitement. So when I hear tools that say they do emotional analysis, I always go into their documentation. And then I find out that some tools make emotional analysis based on how deep you scroll on a page. If I'm here just scrolling on a website like a dumbass, does that mean that I'm emotionally, feeling that I need this fucking moisturizer on my face? And then, I don't have a job and I like to watch ponies. It's like, what is wrong with us? And people believe it. That's the scary thing. So I created this tool that is free. Josh can link it to the episode. You can use it.
Absolutely.
I explained to you exactly how to evaluate one of these tools. My biggest thing to say to people is like, if you hear accuracy as part of a metric that proves how good an NLP model is, run. That's the most confusing metric. You always want precision and recall and confusion metrics or F1 scores. So it's a very complicated conversation about responsible AI and how you're positioning yourself. I'm losing a lot of respect for a lot of people lately that I see jumping on the snake oil.
Humping and jumping.
Humping the bandwagon.
Being on the bandwagon in the very back seat, the caboose is going to fall off. I do want to move to newsletter. So your newsletter, Beyond the Mean, which I think is a perfect name that you selected for yourself. Tell me a little bit about it. What are you writing about? What do you hope that users get away from, subscribing to your newsletter?
I write long form copy. Mostly it's commercial data strategy type thing, basically about how to make better decisions using data. I write about AI from a theoretical point of view of explaining how things work. A lot of commentary in general about the industry. So this week, for instance, I'm going to write about the wrappers economy. So a wrapper is basically a tool or a service or a product that's built on an API from OpenAI, from Anthropic, or so on. But this is where the economy is going right now. And I'm actually doing a lot of research, so it's going to be something very, very researched. And I just write about, things that are new, things that are interesting for our industry. And that's it.
You had mentioned before you came on that you also have a visual hobby as well, beyond your writing hobby of painting. Tell me what kind of stuff do you paint, and how does it kind of enter into your life?
I always liked painting since I was a kid. I don't do it as often as I want to because I have to work and I have 2 kids. But when I do, I like to paint like nature in general, like beaches and flowers and forests and stuff like this, like very landscapes in general.
So for me, I have a mind that wanders a lot, right? Like just like constantly thinking. And I feel like music for me is the thing that helps me kind of like focus, where I like nothing comes in during that time. Do you feel like that's painting for you?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think it stops, but also I think for that POV, I do a lot of. I watch a lot of trashy reality TV.
Me too. Me too. Oh my gosh. Well,
Love is Blind specifically.
Love is Blind. Big Love is Blind fan.
90 Days Fiance.
Yep. I don't know. It's the best thing to turn your brain off, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
The one with the hoarders, the coupon people.
I taught my sons how to coupon. I intend to teach my granddaughter how to coupon.
But now we're going to get into the game portion.
Exciting.
And the first game that you selected today was You're on Mute.
We can't hear you.
So the way that this game works for our viewers is that Juliana is going to go on mute and she is going to come up with some digital marketing concept. She is going to try to get me to guess what that concept is by either just mouthing it to me like she's on mute, or she can use whatever hand gestures, whatever she wants, right? She just has to try to get this. And she has 1 minute to do it.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, turn off your mic and go. We're on a device. We're on a mobile device. Yep. Bad UX. Rage clicks. Dead clicks. Mobile app analytics. Was that it? Oh wait, no. iPhone. Phone. Is it just phone? It's just phone? Phone, okay. Phone scrolling. Phone scroll. Screen. Phone screen. Scrolling on the screen. But. Badly. Scrolling on the screen badly. What was it?
It was a consent banner.
Consent banner.
Like you were scrolling and you're like, who are all these people that I need to give?
Oh, yeah.
But you are close. I was scrolling on my phone because you were writing a website. You go on a website and then you see the consent banner.
All right, my turn. I'm going to do one for you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, I got it.
You're typing something. You hit enter. No. A zigzag. ChatGPT. You're seeing something that is writing something to you. Slack message, LinkedIn. You're seeing some shit. Debug mode from GA4. The console. When you click inspect and you see the console. The dump. You're talking about the dump.
That was much better than mine. I was doing search, but I like the inspect. I was trying to get you to say search engine optimization.
Okay, yeah. I was
like,
close. I was close.
You were close. We were both close. All right. So now we're going to move into our first musical number. And first, before we get into this, 2 years ago, I knew that you were on the scene. And the top thing that I knew about you is that you loved Urchins, right?
Yeah.
Or you loved Urchin. Right?
I love Urchin, yeah.
I just reached out to you out of nowhere and I was like, hey, I'm writing a song about urchins and it's going to be on an analytics rock opera and I want you to be a narrator and will you do it? And you're like, hell yeah. And it was like the best, like, it was just so nice to like get that back.
It was exciting to do it. That was easy, one of the coolest things I still, to this day, that I did.
So why do you love Urchin so much? Like, what's with Urchin that you love so much?
Oh, you will not like my answer. So I was doing this GA4 implementation. I saw on somebody's website that they still had the script for Urchin. And I'm like, Jesus, you know? And then I did the search on Built With, and I saw that there's still so many freaking websites. I don't remember exactly the number that use Urchin.
And for the viewers who don't know, Urchin was the original Google Analytics, right?
Yeah.
It was, and that Google bought Urchin essentially and made it into Google Analytics.
So then I did this whole joke on LinkedIn that I held like for a whole week.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, like people actually believed that. That was scary. Basically, I fooled people that instead of J4, I'm moving to Urchin 6.7 or something like this. And I was just creating in Canva interfaces of this new technology. And then I even got people messaging me on LinkedIn and saying, oh my God, like this sounds so good. Does it have a direct BigQuery integration? Yes, it's like everything is already there. We have 3D charts. And I remember I had this picture with my son's VR set. And I was saying that actually we have virtual reality charts so you can really immerse yourself in the data. So that's kind of like all the stuff with Urchin. Like it was just a practical joke that I did.
All right. So I'm going to play this. You are the narrator on this track, which is awesome.
I don't remember exactly, but I know it's Cookie.
Yes, it is Cookie. So let's take a listen.
Cookie wasn't the only one who had heard the diva's beautiful song. Sliding out from behind the moon, a wild space urchin came down to investigate. The urchin was bright blue with huge spines jutting out all over. It looked fearsome, but Cookie knew that the space urchins were friendly and could be true and loyal companions with the power to travel quickly between the stars. With such speed, Cookie could search out the help he needed, someone to help him find a way to another universe.
Well, now's the time to try a new dance. What's on your mind? Come take a new chance. So sing the song, you won't be wrong. But bring this trusted companion along. And remember, you've got to follow the urchin. Follow the urchin, follow the urchin into the moonlight. And so wherever you're going, wherever you've been, you want to make sure that you know where you've been. You need a friend. You need a friend to have your back. To have your back. Something to call on. Something to call when you've lost track. You've got a script, a guide to explain to you what's inside. And remember, you've got to follow the urchin, follow the urchin, follow the urchin into the moonlight. And so wherever you're going, wherever you've been, you want to make sure that you know where you've been. You've got a referral into the beyond, so now pack up your things and go. There's a universe waiting for you to respond. Then you'll know. Find a director that you gotta see. He will surely set you free, don't you worry. You've got to follow the urchin, follow the urchin, follow the urchin into the moonlight.
I enjoyed so much doing that. And it's also like, listen to this. I always do this in podcasts. Listen to this soothing Eastern European accent.
It really sounded like a timeless story because there were so many people with different rich accents from all around the world. All right, well, game number 2. You ready? Game number 2, going right into it?
As always.
Right. So this game is, and that's what it taught me about B2B sales.
And this is what it taught me about the B2B sales.
And in this game, I'm going to give you an activity, and you are going to have 20 seconds to think, and then you have to relate it back to what it taught you about B2B sales. And we all know that this is the most saturated thing that people talk about on LinkedIn, and that's where this game comes from. Okay. Shadow boxing.
Okay, when you're in B2B sales, you never know who you're fighting with, but you always have to stay ready. Sometimes the biggest enemy is you. Are you actually shadow boxing with somebody or shadow boxing with yourself? And the last one, shadow boxing is just a cry for help sometimes. So this is what happens to me in B2B sales when I'm trying to talk with stakeholders.
That was excellent answer, Juliana. So I want to just really quickly shout the your podcast out, Standard Deviation. I wrote a song for you guys for the opening of the podcast.
Standard Deviation.
It's great, and I'm just going to shout it out right now, and you guys should all listen to it. But Juliana, do you have anything else that you want to leave the viewers with today?
If you want to learn more about A/B testing, you should listen to Shiva's podcast from A to B. If you want to discover some really cool people in digital, you should listen to Slobodan's podcast, No Hacks. And if you want to see people in embarrassing positions and being honest with themselves, you should listen to Josh's podcast, the third-party show. Am I saying it right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Good. And don't come and listen to my podcast because me and Seymour are super negative.
You learn a lot on those podcasts, though, so...
Yeah, and if you're ever depressed and have nothing to do with your time, read my newsletter.
Yes.
And that's all the time we have for today. Everyone give it up for our guest one more time, Juliana Jackson. Thank you, Juliana. And let's not forget to thank our sponsors, Amplitude. Guys, we had a great time tonight talking to Juliana about NLPs and her newsletter, Beyond the Mean. We learned a lot. We thank you so much for coming and having this time with us. And remember, the third party is the best party. We'll see you next time.
Juliana walks in with a spark in her eye.
Yeah.
Dropping wisdom bombs as the moments fly.
Yeah.
Talking AI like it's her second skin. Cut through the noise, let the truth begin. Oh, Juliana Jackson with the big brain glow, lighting up the third party show. State of AI, she's breaking it down. Snake oil fades when she's around. La, 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 la.
What's the most controversial fruit, in your opinion?
I mean, I'm trying to think about something that looks like a vagina.
Maybe like a avocado, if you cut it open?
know, like a vagina. What type of stuff did you see? A dragon fruit, maybe?
If you were turned into a frog, what would be your approach to lure a prince or princess to get them to kiss you to turn back into a human?
I would tell them that I'm powered by AI.
I'm powered by AI, kiss me?
Exactly.
If you were forced to eat one food as a meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Romanian tomatoes and sheep cheese with a nice bread.
If you could have AI be a talking animal, what animal would you put it into it?
Maybe a cat, because it would be bitchy and snarky.
Do you think your outcome would be better if you fought 16 zombies or fought 3 vampires?
I mean, the zombies, they want to eat my brain, but they're slow. Vampires are very fast. They can just teleport wherever you are. I watch True Blood a lot. I'll go with the zombies because I can outrun them on a good day.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Introducing Amplitude, the digital analytics platform that's essential for every business. Out of billions of seemingly unrelated data points, Amplitude finds patterns and offers deep insights into your customers' experiences. And it shows the actions you can take to experiment, improve, and evolve, all from a single integrated platform that's fast, connected, and easy to use. Amplitude, power to your products.